Labels are for jars, not for people. Hello. Have you ever noticed how quick we are to assign labels to people? Sometimes it's out of habit, other times it's a moment of frustration, but these labels, words like lazy or crazy, stick. They can weigh someone down, shape how they see themselves, and even affect their mental and emotional health. Let's take a closer look at 10 common labels we use, why they're problematic, and what we can do instead. Drama. She's such a drama queen. How often do we label someone as dramatic when they express strong emotions? This label diminishes their experience, turning real feelings into something exaggerated or unnecessary. But what if we look deeper? Sometimes, people labeled as dramatic are actually overwhelmed, sensitive, or struggling to communicate. By dismissing them as dramatic, we miss an opportunity to connect and understand. Next time, instead of rolling your eyes or brushing someone off, try saying, "You seem upset. Do you want to talk about it?" A little empathy can go a long way. Damaged. He's been through so much, he's damaged. Life throws curveballs at all of us: loss, heartbreak, mistakes. These experiences shape us, but they don't define us. Calling someone damaged suggests they're broken beyond repair, which couldn't be further from the truth. Instead of focusing on what's wrong, let's focus on resilience. People who have been through hardships often come out stronger, wiser, and more compassionate. Instead of labeling someone as damaged, consider the courage it takes to keep going. Words like healing or growing shift the narrative from one of defeat to one of hope. Egoist. All she cares about is herself. She's such an egoist. There's a fine line between selfishness and self-respect, but they're not the same. Often, we use egoist to criticize people who set boundaries, advocate for themselves, or express confidence. But having a sense of self-worth doesn't make someone self-centered, it makes them human. Before judging someone as an egoist, ask yourself, are they genuinely disregarding others, or are they prioritizing their own needs for a valid reason? We all need balance in relationships, and respecting someone's boundaries is part of that. Retard. Don't be such a retard. This word is not just offensive, it's harmful. It dehumanizes individuals with intellectual disabilities and perpetuates stigma and discrimination. Casual use of this word erases the dignity of people it targets and spreads the idea that being different is something to mock. Let's make a conscious effort to remove it from our vocabulary. When we use inclusive, respectful language, we create a kinder, more understanding world. Words have power, let's use them to lift others up. Dumb. That idea is so dumb. We've all been there, someone shares an idea, and we dismiss it as dumb. But words like this discourage creativity, make people feel small, and shut down opportunities for growth. Everyone has different ways of thinking, and what seems odd to you might be innovative to someone else. Instead of labeling something as dumb, try engaging with curiosity. Ask questions, understand their perspective, and offer constructive feedback if needed. Growth thrives in an environment of openness, not ridicule. Lazy. She's too lazy to do anything. Lazy is one of the most overused labels, and it's often unfair. What looks like laziness from the outside might actually be exhaustion, burnout, or even symptoms of depression. People might not be lazy, they might just be overwhelmed and unsure where to start. Instead of jumping to conclusions, ask questions. Are you okay? Is there something I can help you with? A little kindness and understanding can make a world of difference. Crazy. Don't mind him, he's crazy. Crazy is a word we throw around casually, but it's deeply stigmatizing, especially for people dealing with mental health issues. Using this label dismisses their struggles and reinforces the idea that they're not worth taking seriously. Instead of calling someone crazy, try to see things from their perspective. What's driving their behavior? How can you respond with compassion instead of judgment? A supportive approach helps everyone feel valued and understood. Attention seeker. She's just doing it for attention. Seeking attention is a natural human need. When someone is labeled as an attention seeker, we dismiss their emotional needs and reduce them to someone who's desperate or manipulative. But often, this behavior is a sign of unmet needs or a cry for help. Instead of shaming someone, try to understand what they're asking for. A small act of kindness, listening, acknowledging their feelings, can make them feel seen and valued. Weak. Crying just shows how weak you are. When did vulnerability become synonymous with weakness? Tears, emotions, and asking for help are not signs of failure, they're signs of strength and humanity. Let's celebrate vulnerability as an act of courage. It takes strength to show your emotions, admit when you're struggling, and reach out for support. Being strong isn't about hiding feelings, it's about owning them. Failure. He's such a failure at life. Failure is an event, not an identity. Yet we often use this word to define someone after a setback or mistake. This label can be devastating, especially when it reinforces feelings of shame or hopelessness. Instead of calling someone a failure, focus on the lessons they've learned and the effort they're making to move forward. Failure isn't the end, it's a stepping stone to success. Labels are limiting. They strip people of their individuality and reduce them to a single characteristic. By choosing our words carefully, we can create a culture of empathy, understanding, and respect. Next time you're tempted to label someone, pause. Think about the impact of your words. Remember, labels are for jars, not for people.